Mobile Geeks coverage of CES 2014 is powered by ASUS.
Nicole Scott here from Mobile Geeks. I'm here at the Dell Lounge at CES 2015, and this video is powered by ASUS. I'm here checking out something that I have been waiting for forever to come onto the market. Devices with matte displays. Yeah, devices that aren't built for things that just look good on a store shelf and are actually for you in your everyday life, like using your devices outdoors. So this is the XPS 13. This is the most stunning device that I have seen at CES to date, and probably of the year, even though it's just January, because I have been waiting for Sharp to come out with this display, which is edge to edge for quite some time now. You can see that the bezel is just 5.2 millimeters thick, and this is running Intel's 5th generation Core i series, i3, all the way up to i7. We have options for 128 gig SSDs, all the way up to, I think, even 512, which will probably cost you a pretty penny. I believe it is 8 gigabytes of RAM, and there is carbon fiber here on the pad. Now let's get into some of the differences, because this one over here is the XPS 13 that is only $799, and the biggest difference is no touch screen. And when you go along the edges, you can see that this side is edge-to-edge glass, and that this side actually has a plastic bezel around it, so the glass ends there and doesn't go right to the edge. That is not such a big deal to me, because while it is a matte display, it's just so fantastic. Now when you have these two side by side, you can see that the color saturation is incredibly similar, and that the devices are equally just as stunning. The other difference that I've noticed between the two is that the trackpad is a little bit different. So over here we have like a matte, kind of like, it still like feels like a glass trackpad. And then over here we have a slightly different finish. Now the way that they've been able to drop down this price so much is that by not including the touch panel, everything else has stayed the same except for this minor little trackpad thing here. But let's just talk about the panel itself. So the touchscreen mechanism, like the layer, will actually add about $60 to $70 to the base price of the unit. And so when you actually remove that, it's much easier to put on an anti-glare. There's actually less layers that the light has to travel through to get to your eyes. So basically it's one of the reasons why that this display just looks as good. And we're talking QHD here, so it's just absolutely stunning. Now just to give you a quick walk around the system, just in case you haven't seen our other hands-on video, we are looking at an aluminum chassis here. We have the PSU, display port, there is a USB there, headset, there's the battery indicator there, there's the speaker along the side, nothing along the front. Along the other side we have the other stereo speaker, full-size SD card, that's another USB port, and a Kensington lock. So around the bottom you can see that they have taken the time for design aesthetics, where you can hide your kind of like skew things and Windows, like Windows sticker and all the rest of that stuff down in there. So this model is actually $799. I cannot wait to get my hands on for a review, because this is a killer price for what has to be one of the sexiest laptops that I've seen in a very long time. Nicole Scott here from Mobile Geeks, getting, yes, overly excited for a new mobile computer.